quiet decay of time, a hidden spark of life waits to be awakened from its long, deep, and silent slumber within the earth. Have you ever paused to wonder where the broken pieces of the forest go after they fall and settle into the damp, dark soil? A gentle touch reveals the textures of history, feeling the rough skin of nature that has weathered seasons of sun, wind, and heavy rain. Within every hollowed log and every withered leaf lies a story of transformation, a journey from the forest floor to a new, ethereal existence. Today, we invite you to witness the rebirth of what was once forgotten as we breathe a soul back into the beautiful, rotting remains. The golden rays of the afternoon sun pierce through the canopy, illuminating the tiny particles of life dancing in the cool, still air of the woods. Look closely at the intricate patterns etched into this dried leaf, a map of its past life and a promise of its future role. Follow me into a world where silence speaks volumes and where the most humble materials become the foundation for a peaceful, living work of art. Every step through the woods is a search for character, looking for branches that have been sculpted by time and the elements into unique shapes. We are not just gathering wood, we are collecting the bones of the forest, seeking the perfect curves and textures to build our underwater sanctuary. The rough bark and deep crevices will soon become home to moss and beneficial bacteria, providing a natural refuge for the tiny creatures of the water. These fallen leaves, once green and vibrant, now hold the essence of the forest floor, ready to release their golden magic into the clear water. Oak and beech leaves are chosen for their resilience and the rich, dark tannins they will eventually provide to the peaceful environment we are creating. Back at the studio, we gently clean away the loose dirt, honoring the wood's history while preparing it for its new life in the glass. The sound of water running over the dry wood is the first note in our symphony of restoration, a refreshing baptism for the forest's remains. With a soft brush, we meticulously reveal the hidden beauty of the grain, ensuring that every detail is preserved for the viewer's contemplative gaze. Arranging the leaves by size and color allows us to visualize the layers of our composition, much like an artist preparing a rich, organic palette. Nature offers us these treasures for free, reminding us that true beauty doesn't always come with a price tag, but with a keen, appreciative eye. Now cleaned and ready, the wood stands as a testament to endurance, its form suggesting hidden paths and secret corners of a miniature wilderness. In the warmth of the studio, the simple tools of our craft wait to assist in the delicate process of assembling a fragment of nature. Dark sand is selected to ground the scene, creating a somber yet inviting base that will highlight the warm tones of the wood and leaves. Taking a moment of silence before the assembly begins, we connect with the materials, feeling their weight and their potential to transform our space. Choosing to work with salvaged materials is a choice to connect deeply with the earth, proving that art is born from passion, not just high expense. We begin by laying the foundation, the dark grains of sand creating a solid bed that mimics the deep, mysterious floor of a tropical stream. Smoothly leveling the substrate, we prepare the canvas for the hardscape, ensuring that every element will sit naturally as if placed by the water's current. The first piece of wood is the anchor of our world, its placement deciding the flow and the visual weight of the entire aquatic landscape. We stack the wood to create depth, building layers that draw the eye into the shadows and suggest a much larger, untamed world beyond. By overlapping the branches, we create secret caves and hollows, providing safe havens for the fish that will eventually call this dark water home. Every angle is considered, every branch positioned to mimic the natural chaos of a fallen tree, where disorder becomes a beautiful, organic harmony of forms. The points where the wood meet the sand are crucial, blended with smaller twigs to make the transition look seamless and aged over time. Now we tuck the dry leaves into the crevices, allowing them to settle as they would in nature, caught by the branches of a stream. A few leaves are scattered across the bottom, adding to the realism and creating a rich tapestry of organic matter that will soon decay beautifully in the clear water. Stepping back, we observe the balance of light and shadow, ensuring that the bundoi, or dark zone, is both mysterious and visually balanced. The dry, brittle texture of the leaves will soon soften in the water, their brown hues adding a warm, rustic charm to the overall scene. The hardscape is now complete, a skeletal framework of the forest floor, waiting for the breath of life that only water and time can bring. We ensure the stability of the structure, making sure that even the smallest twig plays its part in this intricate three-dimensional puzzle of nature's design. In the dim light of the room, the empty tank already feels alive, a silent promise of the tranquil sanctuary that is about to emerge. A final dusting of fine sand over the leaf edges helps to anchor them, making it look like they have been there for years. The moment of truth arrives as we prepare to introduce the water, the lifeblood that will transform these dry elements into a living, breathing ecosystem. We pour the water gently over a cloth to prevent disturbing the sand, a slow, rhythmic process that signals the beginning of the final phase. As the water touches the dry leaves, they release a soft hiss, as if sighing of relief to be reunited with the element of life once again. Slowly, the tank fills, and the wood begins to darken, its colors deepening into rich mahoganies and ebony blacks under the rising surface of the water. Watch closely as the first tannins begin to seep from the wood and leaves, swirling into the clear water like delicate ribbons of amber smoke. The water takes on a golden hue, the natural compounds of the forest floor dissolving to create a healing environment for the future aquatic inhabitants. These tannins are nature's medicine, lowering the pH and providing antibacterial properties that will keep our little world healthy and balanced for years to come. The transformation is mesmerizing as the water turns from crystal clear to a deep tea-like brown, creating the signature look of a Blackwater habitat. A gentle filter is installed, its flow kept to a minimum to ensure the surface remains calm, mirroring the still pools found in the deep jungle. Small bubbles of air rise to the surface, bringing oxygen and life to the water, while maintaining the tranquil atmosphere we have carefully worked to create. We fine-tune the current to ensure it doesn't disturb the delicate leaf litter, maintaining the stillness that defines this peaceful, hidden corner of the world. Underwater, the wood takes on a new dimension, its textures magnified and its shadows deepened by the amber tint of the tannin-rich water. Some leaves float briefly before slowly sinking to the bottom, completing the natural cycle of deposition that happens in every forest stream across the globe. The light from above catches the ripples on the surface, casting dancing shadows on the wood below, adding movement to the still, dark environment. The color is now perfect, a rich, dark amber that provides a sense of security and peace, shielding the inner world from the outside light. This Blackwater is more than just aesthetics. It is a complex biological soup that mimics the natural homes of many beautiful and delicate tropical fish species. We sit and watch as the water settles, the dust clearing to reveal a landscape that looks like a snapshot of a hidden underwater forest floor. The edges of the leaves begin to soften, a sign that the biological processes are starting, turning the tank into a true living ecosystem today. The low hum of the equipment becomes a background noise, a heartbeat for our creation as we wait for the environment to fully stabilize and mature. On the first day, the water is still slightly hazy as the wood and leaves settle into their new home and the biology begins its invisible work. Hour by hour, the clarity improves, though the deep amber color remains, a constant reminder of the organic richness that defines this unique and peaceful setup. By the seventh day, a thin layer of biofilm begins to appear on the wood, a sign that beneficial bacteria are colonizing the surfaces of our world. This biofilm is the foundation of the food web, providing a natural source of nutrition for the microorganisms and small creatures that will soon follow here. We add a few hardy plants, like Java fern, their bright green leaves providing a striking contrast against the dark wood and the warm, amber-tinted water. Tucking the roots into the crevices of the wood, we let the plants grow naturally, their new leaves reaching towards the light, adding a sense of growth and renewal to the ancient, rotting wood. 15 days have passed, and the water is now crystal clear but deeply colored, a perfect balance of organic matter and biological stability in our little tank.